Okay, real quick. Raise your hand if you think you know everything about GTA. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've been playing these games for years, and I still find stuff that makes me go, wait, what? Like, there are things hiding in these games that Rockstar never told anyone. Little bugs, secret behaviors, hidden details that are just sitting there, waiting. So today, we're going through a huge list of GTA facts, glitches, and hidden details across multiple games that most players have never seen. Some of these are funny, some are just weird, and a few of them will actually change how you play. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with something simple. Cars and falls. In GTA 5, if you somehow get a car to the top of a really tall building, using mods, ramps, whatever, and you push it off with nobody inside, the second it hits the ground, it just explodes. Instantly. Dead on impact. But here's the thing. If there's someone sitting in that car when it falls, it doesn't blow up right away. The car takes the hit, the person survives for a moment, it's a whole different situation. So apparently in GTA physics, having a person inside a car makes it more survivable. That's either really smart programming or a complete accident. Either way, interesting. Now let's talk about water. Because GTA 5 water physics are genuinely strange. Most people at some point have driven a boat down a waterfall in GTA 5 just to see what happens. Fun experiment. But here's something way fewer people have tried. You can actually drive a boat up a waterfall too. I know, it sounds wrong. But if you line yourself up carefully and hit the waterfall at the right angle, the game's water physics just let you climb. The boat goes uphill against the flow of the water. It looks absolutely broken, like the boat is stuck to the surface somehow, but it works. And while we're talking about water, here's a detail you might have missed. In GTA 5, when your character walks into a pool or the ocean, their clothes actually get wet. That's normal. But the wet effect only goes up to the level where you walked in. So, if you walked in up to your waist, only your lower half looks wet. If you walked in up to your chest, it shows that. It's weirdly accurate. One more water thing, sticky bombs. You can't blow them up by shooting water at them, right? That's standard. But if you bust open a fire hydrant so water is spraying out, and you throw a sticky bomb into that water stream, it explodes. The water pressure from the hydrant is enough to set it off. I have no idea how that mechanic got into the game, but it's there. Okay, NPCs in GTA are something else. Let's start with the yoga NPCs in GTA 5. You'll find them stretching in parks, on rooftops, just doing their thing. Now normally, if you bump into an NPC or hit them, they react. Makes sense. But with these yoga NPCs, you don't even need to touch them. If you just point your weapon in their direction, no shooting, just aiming, they instantly fall over. Like ragdolls. Just completely drop. Why? Nobody knows for sure. The best guess is that they don't have a proper startled animation, so the game just kills them instead. Which is somehow worse. Now here's a good one. The kidnapping glitch in GTA 4. If you find a police car with two cops inside and you manage to squeeze it between two other vehicles so it's completely sandwiched, you can yank the door open and pull the driver out. But the cop in the passenger seat, he stays in the car. He just sits there. So now you've got a cop riding shotgun while you run red lights, ram other cars, cause absolute chaos. And the whole time, he just sits there, not shooting, not reacting, just vibing. And when you finally stop, he gets out and walks away, like nothing happened. No report, no reaction, he just leaves. Man has seen things. Moving on, pedestrians and motorcycles. This one's actually kind of charming. In GTA 5, if you're talking to a random NPC on the street and you hop on a nearby bike mid-conversation, some of them will actually climb onto the back of the bike and keep talking while you ride. Like you're doing 80 mph down the highway and this person is just casually continuing their story like they're sitting at a coffee shop. It was clearly never intended. But it happens. And it's one of the funniest unscripted moments in the game. Also, pedestrians and ATMs. In GTA San Andreas, you can sometimes watch an NPC walk up to an ATM, take out money, and go about their day. If you follow them after they leave and take them out, they drop more money than a normal pedestrian. The game actually gives them extra cash after they use the ATM. So technically, staking out ATMs in San Andreas is just efficient resource management. Alright, missions. Because missions have some of the wildest hidden behaviors. Let's start with the repossession mission in GTA 5. The early one with Franklin and Lamar where you have to grab a bike from a gang yard. Normally enemies appear in waves. You push forward, more guys show up, it's a steady progression. But there's a wall on the side of the yard that you can climb over, and if you do, the game just panics. It instantly spawns almost the entire enemy group at once. Instead of a manageable fight, you suddenly have an army shooting at you from every direction. The game clearly wasn't designed for you to enter that way. But it works. And honestly, more fun. Now the Lester mission called Friend Request. You go to his house, there's a cutscene, he's sitting in his chair all hunched over, and you have your conversation. That's how it always goes. Except if you throw a grenade into the room before you enter and trigger the cutscene, Lester gets scared and stands up from the chair. Now here's where it breaks. The game was never programmed for Lester to be standing during this conversation, so it just doesn't know what to do with him. You can push him around. You can interact with him in ways that are completely impossible in normal gameplay. He's just standing there, completely confused, while the game slowly has a breakdown. One more, the torture mission in GTA 5. You probably remember it. It's one of the most uncomfortable scenes in the game. A lot of people assumed you just had to sit through it. You don't. If you take out the main target before the torture sequence begins, the cutscene changes entirely. Trevor never goes through it. The mission resolves differently, cleanly, and you just move on. It's not obvious at all. Most players have no idea this option exists. And this one's wild, the Meltdown mission. Michael's house is getting swarmed by Merryweather soldiers and you're fighting them off alone. Feels pretty hopeless, right? Call 911. Seriously, you can actually call the cops mid-mission and they'll show up. They're not exactly special forces, most of them get taken out pretty fast, but they do show up. Some of them even wander inside Michael's house like they're responding to a call. The game was clearly never meant to allow this, but it does. And watching cops storm in during a private mercenary attack is just hilarious every time. Here's where things get genuinely impressive, because Rockstar hid details in these games that 99% of players will never see. Michael's fridge. In Michael's house in GTA 5, there's a fridge in the kitchen. The door stays closed. You cannot open it in the normal game. But if you use mods to look inside, it's fully stocked. Drinks, snacks, groceries, everything on the shelves, completely modeled. Rockstar built a full fridge interior that literally nobody was ever supposed to see. That's either incredible attention to detail or someone on the dev team had way too much free time. Michael's gardener is another one. There's a background NPC who just hangs around the house doing yard work, blowing leaves, keeping the place tidy. Most players never even notice him. But if you kill him, he never comes back. He doesn't respawn. Michael's yard just stays quiet forever after that. It's such a specific, unnecessary detail, and it's wonderful. Now, Michael's hearing. Michael is actually deaf in his right ear. This is based on something real. His voice actor Ned Luke is deaf in one ear, and the developers built it into the character. If you watch closely during cutscenes, Michael sometimes leans in slightly when someone is speaking on his right side. The game never tells you this. It's just there. Speaking of subtle character stuff, in GTA 5, each of the three main characters actually sees the sun slightly differently. If you're playing as Michael and you look directly at the sun, then switch to Franklin or Trevor at the exact same time of day, the sun looks a little different. Different brightness, slightly different shape, different rays. It's a tiny thing. Most people never catch it. But each character has their own version of how the world looks. And the hikers on Mount Chiliad, if you follow them all the way to the top instead of just passing them, some of them actually stop at the edge and take out their phones to snap a picture, just like a real tourist would. They complete the whole trip. Rockstar programmed that entire NPC routine, including the photo at the top, for something almost no player ever sticks around to see. One more hidden detail, GTA 4 has a website called Weasel News that you can visit in-game on a computer. Most players assume it just has random headlines, but it doesn't. The weather on the site actually matches the current in-game weather. If it's raining outside, the site reports rain. Clear skies? The site says that too. It's a live feed of your game's weather, hidden inside a fake news website. Let's switch gears to the weird stuff, because some of these glitches are just pure comedy. GTA 4 has what players call the drivable table glitch. Through some bizarre object behavior, you can get a table or certain other objects to stick to your feet. And once it does, you can ride it, like a vehicle. You can take it outside on actual roads, glide past cars, and just cruise through Liberty City on a table. Nobody planned this. Nobody knows exactly why it happens. But you can ride a table down a highway in GTA 4, and that's just a fact of life. In GTA 4, there's also a trick for surviving falls that should kill you. If you're on a high ledge, drop a Molotov below you, and jump right after it, the fire catches you, and your character gets locked into a fire animation. That animation actually absorbs the fall. Your character survives a drop that should have been instantly fatal because they were technically still in the on-fire motion. Dangerous way to land. Effective though. The crouch spam shooting trick is another one. Semi-automatic guns in GTA normally fire pretty slow, which makes sense. But if you spam the crouch button while shooting, you can fire way faster than the gun was designed to allow. It even works with shotguns, essentially turning them semi-automatic. Your character looks ridiculous bobbing up and down the whole time, but the fire rate boost is real. Here's a really specific one from GTA 5, Franklin and the stunt plane. For some reason, whenever Franklin gets in or out of a stunt plane specifically, his haircut changes. Not in a helicopter, not in a regular plane, only in the stunt plane. 1 minute he's got one style, he gets in, gets back out, and his hair is slightly different. Nobody's fully explained why. It's just a thing that happens. And sticky bombs on moving parts, if you slap a sticky bomb on a convertible car and then close the roof, the bomb doesn't move with the roof. It just floats in midair at the exact spot you placed it. Same with car doors. Stick a bomb on a door, close the door, the bomb stays hovering right where it was. The bomb has no idea the surface it was on just moved. San Andreas deserves its own section because this game is packed. Driving skill matters more than most people realize. When your driving skill is low, CJ just turns his whole body around to look backward when reversing. But once your skill is high enough, he checks the rear view mirror like a proper driver. He physically moves his hand toward the dashboard to adjust it. It's such a small animation, but it makes the driving feel genuinely different at high skill levels. You can also see the radio change animation in first person or in a convertible. When CJ switches stations, he takes one hand off the wheel and reaches toward the dash. Tiny detail. Real effort from Rockstar. The fire truck missions in San Andreas, most people skip these because they feel optional. But if you complete at least 12 of them, CJ becomes permanently fireproof. Molotovs, burning cars, nothing hurts you anymore. It's a serious upgrade hidden inside what feels like a boring side activity. The drug field mission, you know the one where you have to torch a huge crop with a flamethrower? Takes forever, just absolutely tedious. But there's a harvester nearby. If you grab it and drive through the crops, it clears the field way faster and the game still counts it as mission progress. Nobody tells you this. You just have to figure it out. Prices in San Andreas aren't the same everywhere. The same outfit costs about 20% more in Las Venturas than it does in Los Santos or San Fierro. Same with weapons. The game treats Las Venturas like a tourist zone where everything is marked up. It's honestly just like real life. And there's a barbershop in San Andreas that doesn't appear on the map at all. No icon. No marker. It just exists. If you walk in, it works completely normally. You can get haircuts, change CJ's look, everything. The game just never bothered to tell you it was there. The airport stairs, those big rolling staircases you see parked next to planes at the airports, they're actually coded as vehicles. Wheels, steering, movement properties, it's all there. You just can't normally get in them without mods. Rockstar built full vehicle properties into objects that look like props. Monster truck handbrakes are also different from every other vehicle. In a normal car, the handbrake only locks the back wheels. In a monster truck, the handbrake locks all four wheels at once. That means the truck can spin and rotate way faster than usual, letting you pull off sharp drifts that regular vehicles physically can't do. In Vice City, if you hang around outside the military base, soldiers will shoot you on sight, rockets, guns, the whole thing. But if you're wearing a cop uniform, you can just walk in. They don't attack you. You can wander around the base, steal tanks and trucks, and drive them out while the soldiers just stand there and watch. The cop uniform turns you invisible to military threat detection. Also in Vice City, if you're on a bike and you're heading north at high speed, you can't pull a wheelie. Doesn't matter what you do. But turn in any other direction and you can wheelie all day. Why? Nobody knows. It's just a quirk baked into the game's directional physics somehow. The bridge closures in Vice City, you know how the bridges are locked at the start of the game? The game actually explains this on the radio. There's a news broadcast saying, a hurricane is heading for Vice City and all bridges have been closed for safety. It's Rockstar's way of making a gameplay restriction feel like part of the world instead of just an invisible wall. GTA 2 had some genuinely dark humor. There's a mission where you're told to collect people, bring them to a factory, and the game turns them into hot dogs. Actual hot dogs. You deliver NPCs and get food products in return. It's exactly as messed up as it sounds, and Rockstar just put it in there like it was completely normal. And the floating pills in GTA Liberty City, every time you pick one up, the game quietly takes $20 from your wallet. It's easy to miss because nothing announces it, but watch your money while collecting them and you'll see the deduction every single time. And if you're completely broke, the game won't let you pick one up. It tells you that you don't have enough money. The pills cost $20 each, and the game never mentions this once. In GTA 5, if you choose the ending where Franklin kills Trevor, there's a quiet detail that happens afterward. Michael blocks Franklin's number. You literally can't call Michael anymore. And if you try to confront him, he tells Franklin straight up that he wants nothing to do with him. Because, in Michael's mind, Franklin is the one who made that call. It's a small thing, but it gives the ending real weight. Jimmy in bars, in GTA 5, if you take Jimmy out for a hangout, he can only get into bars and strip clubs with Franklin. Try it with Michael or Trevor, and they shut it down. Michael won't allow it because Jimmy's too young. Trevor probably has his own reasons, but Franklin just takes him in like it's nothing, which honestly fits their dynamic perfectly. The Simeon phone loop early in GT, a 5 during the repossession mission Simeon calls you. If you keep ramming into things while he's talking, his dialogue resets. He starts the call from the beginning. You can drive all the way back to his showroom with him stuck on the same sentence, looping the same line over and over, and the game just breaks, trying to keep up. It's a simple glitch, but it's so funny once you realize what's happening. The cash register trick in GTA 5, you don't need a gun to rob a store. If you get physically slammed into the counter by falling, getting knocked into it, anything, the game reads that as the register getting hit. The cash bag appears, and you can take it. And since no gun was drawn, the cashier never calls the cops. The game codes it as an accident instead of a robbery, which is either a clever loophole or a very realistic portrayal of retail claims. And the gang territory mechanic, if you park your car in a gang area in GTA 5 and just sit there, they notice. First, they stare. Then they shout. Keep sitting there and they start hitting your car. Stay even longer and it escalates to full-on destruction. They will completely demolish your vehicle if you stay parked long enough, just for sitting in the wrong neighborhood. Honestly, kind of realistic. Alright, that's a wrap. Rockstar puts so much stuff into these games that I genuinely think we haven't found everything yet. A full modeled fridge nobody was supposed to see. An NPC who walks to the top of a mountain just to take a photo. A deaf character whose hearing loss is actually animated. It's a lot. How many of these did you already know? Drop it in the comments, I'm genuinely curious. And if there's a GTA detail you know that I didn't cover, put it down there too. If you like this one, there's more where that came from. See you in the next one.